Okay,
It's
so
only Cat's Friday now.
Happy New Year, everyone. And
Happy New Year.
I think the only ones we're missing, if I'm not mistaken, is so 4, 8, 10. Kath's coming in 11, and Raj. So it's amazing. I know Raj couldn't make it because she's working. Kathy's coming in, so it's amazing that at such short notice we got all of you. Fantastic. One thing I just want to mention at this moment in time, and I don't know what's going to happen between now and Monday, and it might just be one person shows up. Next Monday evening at 7 o'clock, I'm doing sort of a webinar, and the idea of that,
What's that?
the idea of it is for, I've sent out an email to all my database, people that have applied before, some I've spoken to, some I haven't,
All right.
and said, join me next Monday night if you can make it 7 o'clock. And I'm just going to go through the sort of stuff we would on the initial phone call. The idea is that we'll have some people show up eager to learn about how this all works and the results that are available and possible. And I'm hoping to have some of you there as well, whoever would like to. Ros already got a hand up, no argument with that, definitely. That might like to come along and vouch for my words and answer some questions to people. So I'm just chucking it out there, 7 o'clock next Monday, a week today. If anyone's available, I'll put it on the group. It'd be amazing.
I'll just stick it on my calendar.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be lovely. All right. So far, I've got one person booked in, so we'll see.
I can't book anything in because I don't know what it's going to be. If I can come, I'll come.
Of
but
course,
I can't
of course
promise.
do.
So.
All right, no worries. Hi, Kath. Welcome. So, Happy New Year, everyone. What we're going to do is, really, this is just about making sure that we all know what we're doing. All right. So, I don't. I think how I'll start this is literally I'm just going to share my screen. All right, and we'll have a look at the hub, which is here. All right, and we'll go into our hub. So just to confirm with everyone exactly how we get in there, what we need to do when we are there. All right. So here you'll find your full programs. Obviously on your phone it might look slightly different, but when you click on your full programs anywhere in that box, you'll then have the other click here, which is 21-day cleanse. For those of you that ignore the kids for the moment, they're getting ready to go out. Anyone that, some of you might have seen this, been in there already, gone through everything, Pat. And some of you, this might be, yeah, basically, Pat wrote this. Some of you might be going into this for the first time. All right. So I just want to make sure you know exactly where you're going. So to confirm, you're on your profile, you've logged in, you hit your full programs. You then go into the 21-day cleanse. And from here, it is very, very simple. Where do you start? Just like on the main hub, on the 6-week program, in this case, on the 21-day, you start with start. There are 2 modules on here, that's all. One of them is a welcome video, which is basically the video that I did for you recently that I think you've all seen anyway, of half an hour or so. And the next one is the supplements explained, okay? You've all got your supplements by now and you're ready to use them. And if you're ever in any doubt, it explains the detail here. Aurette, I know you're going with your own from the NHS, which is great. But it explains them here and tells you 1 a day. The husk is 3 a day, and that's for with each meal. And then the Nutria Probiotic is twice a day. And on the menus, which, the daily menus, it will remind us when to take those. Okay, so that's, just go back at any point or go back here to the 21-day cleanse. It will take us back in. So remember, the start, all it is the video and then the supplements explained. Then the most important bit here, and Kath, I haven't really had much of a chat with you. I don't know how much of this you've been into, if any, yet, Kath. Have you? Kath Stevens? I can't hear you. Hello? Oh, Kath, you're on mute. You weren't on mute though, so I'm a bit confused now. Can I hear you? No. Right, Kath, what I'm going to do, I'm going to kick you out, bring you back in. It should work. Bear with me. Raj, who is watching this recording, is going to be quite bored of this bit by now. Okay, so I just want to ask, Kath, obviously we know, I've just asked her, but the rest of you, is there anyone else here that hasn't yet had a chance to get into this part of the hub?
No,
Done it.
I'm in.
In there.
So everyone's gone in, everyone's had a look around and got themselves familiar with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've printed it all out.
Poor trees. All right.
Are we going to have time to ask you some questions? Because I've got 3 questions for you.
Yeah, what time have you got to get off?
No, I'm okay until
Okay.
about 12.
Yeah, no worries. Same. So we want to get this tied up by 12. The main part of this is to make sure we've got questions answered. All right. Although now I've kicked Kath out, I can't see her again. Bear with us.
Oh dear.
Oh, you are there. Right, I'm asking you to unmute. Let's see how you get. Let's see if we can get you again.
You're muted, I think.
Can you speak to me, Kath? No. Right, here's what I want you to do. If you don't mind, can you come out of the meeting and then just close your Zoom and come back in the meeting? Because I think it's really important that I can hear you on this. Okay, in which case, I'm just going to ask, because we might just go with questions. Is everyone happy with, because what I'm going to do, I'm just going to look at the daily practices. That's all we're going to look at now. And then if anyone's got questions, then we're going to have all your questions anyway, okay? So we know, do you know, I am going to go into this. Elimination protocol, all right? I'll go briefly here. Elimination rules, all right? Just to confirm, you can go into this anytime, print it out, screenshot it, all wheat and gluten, all dairy except eggs, alcohol, sugar, processed foods, red meat, caffeine, low fat, and salt. It's all going to come out the diet. It's going to be a very simple diet for you. And we've made it simple by having literally diet plans written for you to follow. What I will say on the diet plans that I'm sure you've all seen anyway is, oh, and by the way, download the rules, and it literally tells us the detail of what we need to know in here. Okay, especially that thing with processed foods. We don't know things are processed half the time. They look like chicken, they smell like chicken, they taste like chicken, but actually it's citric acid. Chicken's the main thing, sugar, citric acid, and other stuff, you know. So what I will say on the meal side, on the meal plan side of things, all right, elimination, we've got what foods to eat, what foods to avoid, meal plans and shopping lists is the thing I'm going to go into. Okay. And sorry, Raj, obviously, you know, you'll be looking at, and you are already, I know you're already on this vegetarian meal plans, but for the rest of you, for now, I'm going to go into this. If you are vegetarian, forgive me, but you'll get the idea. Right. So what I was going to say on the meal plans is you don't have to religiously stick to exactly that. Okay. Don't feel like, oh, I don't like grapefruit. I don't like melon. I don't, you know, like, for example, I'll give you an example of myself. I don't eat avocado. I don't like avocado. All right.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't bought avocados. They're on the shopping list, but I didn't buy them. You know.
No, me neither.
So
I don't eat turkey, so yeah.
yes, exactly that. So to just on that, because I know it's going to be a frequently asked question, I just want to go into this and quickly download it. But then I want to look at daily practices, then with questions. All right. So meal plans. All right. So we go into the shopping list for the. It always sticks here. Bear with me. Okay. So we go into the shopping list here, and I just want to give you an example. So I've got eggs, chicken breast, turkey breast, salmon. I didn't get through. I did get 3. I bought some extra salmon, put it in the freezer. I might have got more than 6 chicken breasts, put some in the freezer. Packs of. I didn't get mackerel. I got, but it's not bass. It's basama but I don't know.
Bassa.
Bassa. Some
Yeah.
other fish. I didn't get cod. I got a couple of packs of. You know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't get any strawberries, didn't get any grapefruit. I just got a load of apples and bananas. I don't necessarily, especially strawberries are out of season, and in
I change my strawberries to blueberries because I'm
Yeah.
allergic.
Yeah.
absolutely. So I wouldn't worry. And I'm not necessarily, I'll just have apples or whatever instead. Lemons, limes, bags of spinach. I also bought romaine lettuce and not 3 bags of spinach because I'm worried about spinach just going and mush in the fridge
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
after the week. So,
Yeah.
I didn't get any rocket. I just got extra romaine lettuce. It's much of a muchness. So I don't want you to feel, and I know it's a bit late now to tell you this, but don't feel you have to stick to it exactly. I'm not a fan of beetroot. I didn't buy any beetroot. I did get parsnips, and so on and so forth. All right.
I think we all pretty well know that, really.
Yeah.
I didn't go off that. I just read what you can have and went and bought what
Yeah.
I like.
Absolutely.
See,
Yeah.
see, I didn't know that because I missed it, and it wasn't until the other day,
Yeah.
yesterday, that I found that bit, and I'm like, oh, blinking heck.
Oh, really sorry. Yeah.
Have it though,
Or
do you?
words to that effect.
Look, do you know what? This is week 1. We've got 3 weeks, so we'll start,
Yeah.
mixing and matching a little bit. So just to confirm here, this is when we take the tablet. So, Aurette, you've got different ones, but this is when you'll take them. 2 probiotic at breakfast on an empty stomach before breakfast. Okay, and one of your how many psyllium huskies? 3, isn't it? And macaroot's 1. So your first psyllium husk here, and then in your case, or at whatever your substitute is, and then your macaroot, and then another psyllium husk at the next meal, and another psyllium husk at the
I'm
next.
going to be on that toilet so much.
Well, we'll see. Okay,
Yeah.
and then you'll follow the meal plan to a degree, right? Chicken, spinach leaves, cucumber, tomato, olive oil. All right. So if you have chicken and a little salad, doesn't, you know what I mean? Same
Yeah.
difference. If you have
If you
turkey,
fancied something hot with it, Phil, you could have like butternut squash or something
Yeah.
like that, couldn't
Yeah.
you?
yeah,
I like that chopped up and cooked like chips. I quite like it like that. So
yeah, just go easy on the oil intake,
oh
obviously.
yeah.
All right.
Is there a specific reason why the breakfast is at 12 and the snack at 4 and the dinner at 8? Do we have
No,
to
no,
do
no,
that?
no. You don't have to keep to those times. I do say that in the first video. The key here is that you have an 8-hour eating window, 16 hours of fasting, and then how you do that is up to you to work with your own lifestyle. For me, as I think I said in the video, it'll probably be I'll break the fast at 11 and I will end it at 7. And the idea, I think, to make sure that you're eating a lunch, if you like, so in my case, on my timings, about 3 o'clock, is to make sure I'm taking my psyllium husk along with some food. All right. And that's it, really.
So is it essential that we do 16 hours? My concern is my insulin's going to go always down.
Yeah. So, yeah, absolutely. So my advice is it's not essential, but it's the best practice. So if your insulin level is going down and you have to eat something, you have to. Okay. But my
Okay.
suggestion is some nuts, something like that is a good idea because protein and fat will hit your system. Bottom line is you can't be keeling over. All right. This is aimed to enhance your life, not ruin it. All right. So I'm just trying to think what you would normally have in that situation. Maybe a piece of fruit or something like that, just to bring the insulin levels up.
Okay, so what I'm asking, I already do 12 and a half hours fast because that's how you have to work with insulin.
Okay.
My question is, do I have to push it to 16? I haven't discussed this with the doctor because when I told him, he went, like that.
Look, 16 is ideal, but it's
Okay.
not, for someone with your condition, you've got to go with the condition as well, right? You can't push yourself to the point where you end up having hypos all the time. So if 12 and a half is what works for you, then it has to be that. As long as we're removing all the other we're removing all the other
Carbs that
elimination
might-
foods
Yeah.
and so on, and we've got the supplements as well to help the system. The thing is, I said before,
Back in a minute.
we need ideally, in order to clear the toxins through, you know, we want to give, and for our digestive system, what it's about, it's almost like a body reset. And in order to do that, you know, it's advised 16 hours to clear through the digestive tract and to let the stomach do all its work before you give it more food. All right, that's the ideal. Look, if you can push from 12.5 to 13 hours and you're all right, then go with that. And if you can push to 13.5 hours and you're all right, or you have a little bit of fruit or a couple of nuts or something to keep you going rather than a full meal, then great. You know, it's
Understand.
as ever, we adapt. You know, you have to. You might not lose 20 pounds, you might lose 16 pounds. You know what I mean? It's not the end of the world, but you will. The idea here is not just about the weight loss. Let's remember that as well. It's about that reset, getting rid of those toxins and creating the habits for a better lifestyle going forward.
Can I just say that the 10 kilograms that you've helped me lose, I've lost a chin. And yesterday, I didn't notice it. Yesterday, a friend looked at me and said, "You've lost a chin. You've only got one." And I went, "Piss off."
Oh, wow.
Seriously. She
Good
was
for you,
like,
all right.
10 kilograms of chin, please.
Yay.
All right.
Well
So
done, Odette.
that's great. Well, I'm sure there are other questions. I'm just going to briefly go through this. So we know about the meal plan. We know that we don't have to, robotically stick to it. We know that it doesn't have to be 12, 4, and 8. It can be 10, 2, and 6 if that's your preference. It can be whatever 8 hours work for you. For me, as I say, it's going to be 11, 3, and 7, and that's what I'll stick to. There might be a day that I can't, I can't do it and I have to do 12, 4, 8. But ideally, we want to keep it the same each day. All right. So that's your basic meal plan stuff. We'll go back to the cleanse and let's have a look at these. We know what to avoid. It's all there. Everything is there for you to go through. There's extra recipes. Just go nuts. But the point here is that you eat what you like. It shouldn't be too much difference in what you eat. It's more about those elimination foods, okay? And the daily practices is what I want to go into just real quickly here. And then we'll throw it open to any questions. And then we'll have a big rah-rah siscom bar at the end. And we'll go, right, daily practices. There we go. So, they are the same for both, all right? Raj? Okay. So, daily practices, all right? On this page are the 3 exercises you need to do 10 of each day. As I mentioned before, and I was talking about it yesterday with some of you girls that were there, the toxins, they tend to need that pathway out, believe it or not, through the hips and glutes. Now, and hamstrings. When we're doing our exercises, generally, we will be working in these areas anyway. So on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, don't feel like you necessarily have to do both, but I don't see any reason why you shouldn't do both. 10 hip bridge raises, and here you can watch the video. And then we've got the hip flexor stretch, which is literally just, putting one leg out, one leg back and leaning into it, just to stretch right into the glutes. And then a squat to stand, which is basically a squat whilst having your hands underneath your toes, basically, and standing up with your hands under your toes. All right, 10 of each, easy peasy. All right. So, and yeah, why not? I mean, why not do that each day? I know that Aurette does exercises every morning, has been for months and months and months. Which are part of what you do for your arthritis, right? So,
Yeah.
it's possible. And what we've got to remember as well is, hey, if we carry on doing what we've been doing, we're just going to get the same results, regardless how uncomfortable it is, regardless how much we do or don't want to do it. We got to do it. And let me tell you, I don't want to do it. All right. I don't want to have a cold shower every night. I don't want to, have.
I don't want to go to bed at 10:30. I just
Yeah.
don't know how I'm going to be able to do that.
Well, do you know what? If you're, again, you got
I'm
to.
a night person, me. I'm not a, I never go to bed before 1. Never.
No,
What time do you get up?
About between 7 and 8.
But do you know what? It's ideal to go to bed. Serotonin, as soon as that sun goes down, right? This is what your body does. Your body starts thinking it's nighttime, right? That's why we end up sleeping more, or ideally sleeping more in the winter. That's why it's harder to get up on a winter morning.
Yeah.
But your body, as soon as the sun goes down, wants sleep. That's what the sun's gone, and
Mine doesn't.
serotonin levels reduce. So look, here's the thing, right? You again, just like I was saying to a rep, yeah. If you normally go to bed at 1, why don't you try going to bed at 12?
Yeah.
Try going to bed then. If that
Even
works,
half
try going to
11.
bed at half 11. Try going to bed at 11.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just work through. But you just changing your routine. So you at 10 o'clock or 9:30, you can say, right, Dave, I'm going to go and have my cold shower. I'm going to get into bed. Even if you get into bed, read a book, right? Not watch telly in bed. You want to eliminate all devices an hour before you go to sleep. All right. So, once again, there are things we don't want to do in this, and we think might be impossible. It might be impossible in our mind to do a cold shower. It might be impossible in our mind to not have a drink for 21 days. It might be impossible in our mind to not, have a whatever. Doesn't matter.
Not have a coffee.
Coffee, yeah. And yes.
I suffer from insomnia, so when it kicks in, it kicks in.
Well, if you can't sleep, you can't sleep. But I'll tell you something. I believe,
Because I have it quite often these days.
I believe once you are on this and you're putting only the right food in you, nothing processed, no caffeine, no whatever you're used to. You're not a drinker anyway, but and you start getting into the pattern, I believe your insomnia will disappear. I truly do.
Because it's awful when it kicks in, I
truly believe.
When you've got 2 kids as well, it
Yep.
makes it worse.
Yep. Well, guess what? What better way to try and get rid of it than align your body, rid it of toxins, and get into those healthy habits? I mean, I would love to see how you get on with that, because I truly believe it will be a game changer for your insomnia as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Because it can be insane, because
So,
it's one of them, my brain, it switches off, but then I still can't.
I know.
That's it.
And guess what? Once we start putting the right stuff in us, start reducing the processed food, taking that out, reducing toxins, sleep will come easy. It will be, we'll wake up in the middle of the night maybe, but then we'll go back. We won't spend 2 hours trying to get back to sleep. All right.
You get more tired.
Ros.
Because caffeine in that makes you wide awake anyway.
Yeah.
That's right.
I have decaf anyway, so.
Yeah, but it's the toxins and all this processed stuff and all the, even decaf coffee. It's still manufactured, right?
Yeah.
And actually, it goes through more of a process than normal coffee.
Yeah.
Because they take the caffeine out of it, so it has to go through a process, an extra process. So actually, from a toxin, Ros, I'm with you. Don't worry. From a toxin point of view, it's actually worse, believe it or not. Ros, hit us.
Right, I'm going to be very brave. I spoke to you, Phil, about the problem I had all through my life, which is the problem with food, and that I had anxiety and depression because of it. And this is why, was frightened of doing this detox because I get obsessional with food. I can go one way or the other. Over the last couple of years, I've been okay. And cleansing, I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So I went to see my doctor, and he was a bit worried about it because I'm sort of on the right track now. But I've since spoke to Phil, and girls, I have decided I'm going to do it. So I'm going to need a little bit of support because it upsets me to have to admit it. But I had anorexia when I was younger. Not to the stage where I got into hospital, but into the stage where I thought I looked fantastic, but I turned sideways and I disappeared. I then started putting weight on, even more so when I found out that I had arthritis. And since I came onto this plan with the age is just a number, I have gone down to 9 stone 4.
Fabulous.
My proper weight, my average weight should be about 8 stone 6, but I don't really want to go down to that. I think about 8-12 would be great because I am a size 12 now. So I'm only doing this detox to prove to myself that I can do it, and also that I can manage food and I'm strong enough. We all have our problems, I know, but I am shit scared. I'll be honest with you, I am really scared, but I put my mindset on and I paid for it, so I'm gonna effing do it.
Good for you, girl.
Well, Ross, you know
Well
we're all,
done.
Ross,
We're
you
all
know
in
we're
for you,
always
Ross.
here. We're
Yeah,
always
I
here.
know.
If you need
But
to chat.
it's something I've never ever wanted to admit it. My kids never knew about it. My grandchildren never knew about it. I've kept it locked up. And when they see me losing weight, I just say I've got a stomach bug. So here we go.
I think
Look,
you're brave.
Well done.
look,
Being
Ros,
Very
brave. It's a
brave.
big step you've just taken.
Yeah.
I know.
you know that there couldn't be any more proper way to do it than
No, I know.
you're doing, and than
Yeah.
you will be doing now on the cleanse. You're exercising to keep your body strong. You're first at the door for that.
Oh, yeah.
You've got rid of that excess weight, and now this is just about feeling better, healthy, putting the right stuff in you, creating the right habits, and going forward on that level. What I'm kind of looking forward to is at the end of this, feeling how good I will be feeling. I'll be looking forward to avoiding the stuff that I should be avoiding, right?
Well, I'll avoid that. But what I am not looking forward to is that bloody cold shower. I am really not looking forward to that because when I run my shower, I step 6 steps back because it takes time to heat up. I've had cold showers before in my life, don't get me wrong, and it's not because I wanted to, it's because I didn't have the heating when I was younger. And I can't say I really like that because I didn't. But I will try. I will do my best. I will go step by step
Yeah.
to get it down to a cold shower.
Yeah, this is what I said. You do it the way you can. There's a few ways to do it. Either you keep it, you go in there warm and then you gradually bring it down, but you need to, and then start on a minute, and then work your way. Oh, Kath's trying to get back in. Work your way up and hope for the best from there, right? So
Yeah.
look,
I am looking forward to the detox. I think
yes.
my body needs it.
Yeah, I know all our bodies need
Yeah.
it.
Mine's screaming out for it.
Mine is as well.
Yeah,
I'm
it is.
worried
I'll tell you
about
something.
I'm more worried about Mandelica because she hasn't got a shower, so she's got to do a cold plunge.
The bath.
No.
It'll be
You
a
can always go to
in and
the
out of
swimming
things.
pool.
Okay, let me give you top tip to get in that cold shower. Okay, so
Okay.
and I put this on the group anyway. So the first thing
I can hear you. I'm just putting the kettle on.
all right, the first thing you got to do is breathe in through the mouth before you go in. Right, for a good half a minute, Breathe in through the nose. To the count of 4. Hold it for 4. And breathe out through the mouth for the count of 4. Breathe in. Hold it. And breathe out. And what that's going to do, that will get you in the habit of that breathing. So when you get into the shower, the first thing you want to do is go, right? As long as you then focus on that breathing as you step in, and you make a decision. It's all about mind over matter here, right? You know, I'm going to step in here. As I step in, it's going to be my in breath. All right. So you're already needing your breath, and then you've just got to make sure that you take that breath in slowly. As you're breathing in, your body's reaction to it when you step in that cold shower is to gasp. But if you're already in that habit and you're ready to take that in breath for 4 already, you will naturally go. And you might feel it, and you want to try and, then breathe out and then try and slow that breath down. All right. It's all about the breath, and that you'll be fine. All right. And
carry on.
No, Pat.
I was going to say, can we jump into the sea? Because that's easy, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, I've said this
Go to the beach and then jump in.
Uta does it. Uta's doing it this evening. She's going in the sea. It's not for me, because I know when I'm doing it in my shower, I can just step out into a warm bathroom and a towel, right? So I haven't got to drive home from the beach.
Can we not have the cold shower and then turn it to warm myself up?
The idea is that you need to walk out cold, and then you get in your nice warm cover. Believe me, let me tell you, Sue, when you step out the shower, out of a cold shower, it will feel like you've walked into the tropics, because you've been in the cold. When you walk out, you feel warm, you feel invigorated.
I might have to build myself up, like a minute.
Yep.
Like, do a minute.
That's fine. Do a minute. When you step out that shower, especially after 5 minutes, you feel like you're walking into a sauna just by walking into your bathroom.
It would have been nicer if it had been summer, wouldn't it, really, though?
Come on, we'll do it again in the summer. Let's hope we don't need it in the summer. All right. So, back to these daily habits, and then we'll, daily practices. Right.
I've got a question about the drinks, sorry. Because obviously, finger. Can you drink, because obviously before you break your fast, can you still have the water, or do you have to fast?
No, water's fine. You can have water throughout. You can have water over the 24 hours.
Sorry, go on, carry on, yeah.
Right. Okay. These are the basic 7 daily practices, okay? 4 litres of water. All right? Now, you just got to do it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a marker pen, not a marker pen, a dry board marker pen. And I know I'm going to need to drink, for my 4 litres, I'm going to have 5 of the, just over 5 of these, right? So 750. 4 of them is 3 litres. 3 750 is 5, and then a bit more, half again, right? So I've just got to make sure that first thing in the morning I put a number 1 on here, somewhere where it's not going to rub off. Might put it on the top, and then I'll know that this is my first, and when I finish it, I'll rub it out, write a number 2 on there, and fill it up. All right, and I'll know that I have to drink 4.5 of those, 5.5 of those a day. All right, and that's the way I'll manage it. But even it's just a mind over matter again. You just got to make sure you know that you're always drinking, and then when you're on number 4 or number 5, and it's 5 at night, you're like, okay, suddenly it's easy. All right, if you take a sip every 10 minutes, you'll finish it. You'll finish it all. It's not a problem. All right. So 4 litres of water. The idea of that, flush out the toxins. It will take with it everything it needs to take. Absolutely.
You know how you can have lemon and things like that?
Yeah.
Because I like hot water. with a slice of lemon. I'm thinking I might have that in the morning and last thing at night.
I need to check whether, I don't think it's going to be a problem,
I
but
don't.
I need to check whether we can do it on the fast, because if you're having lemon in there, can we still get away with
You
it?
can have lemons.
But during the fast period is what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. So I could have my last one at 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
and the one at 12 or something like that.
yeah. I think I'm
Yeah.
going to avoid. I don't know. I can check 100%, but I'm
Okay.
going to avoid. I always have lemon in it, but I'm going to avoid the lemon during the fast period.
Yeah. Okay.
Water. All right.
Yeah.
Exercise. We must exercise in the same way for all the same reasons, and as many times as we can that's possible and viable, if you like. So the usual Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and then if you're unable to, you need to do one on the hub. Okay, we know about this cold shower, we've gone over that. And the other tip that I'll give regarding the cold shower to bring the time up in there is not focus on the fact that you're in a cold shower, but to focus on the things you've got to do in the shower. So if we're exfoliating, let's do a minute of that, regardless of the temperature of the water. We've got to exfoliate. Right, we've got to wash, our bits and pieces. Let's take a minute doing that. Wash our hair, a minute doing that. And, in order to keep ourselves going, I've done this before. I've done, just held on to the top of the shower and done one-legged calf raises just to keep myself moving, right? 10 squats in the shower just to keep myself warm, So there's, and do you know what? If you've got to do 10 of these hands under your feet, straighten your legs squats, right? Why don't you do them in the shower? You can't do the hip raises, but why don't you do that in the shower? And then that's one of them. What's that?
You can if you're having a bath.
What's that, Arette?
My shower is far too small for me to bend over and do that.
All right, okay. Well, don't do it there then. Just do some calf raises or whatever. All right. So there's that lot. And then aiming to get to bed before 10:30. We know the story there. Take all the daily supplements, obviously, and then just preparing and making sure that you're not missing out on the food side of it. So, if you've got an appointment at 11 o'clock and your fast ends at 12, then you're going to have to get organised. Yeah. So that's when the picnic bag comes out and the ice packs or whatever else. And you would have had to prepare stuff the night before to make sure that you're not up against it. Go, I've got to eat something. What am I going to eat? So it's 21 days of planning. All right. So yeah, that's it. So obviously, any questions on that now? Mandy P, I haven't heard from you. Are you good with everything? You've been through it. Have you had a chance to go through it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've read it, kind of.
Okay.
I'll be printing off the planners today.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've only the food that I know I'm going to eat.
Right, okay. Right. Good. And
I've already
Mandy?
put the coffee out.
Right, okay.
I had my last coffee on Thursday, so I've just been drinking water. So
Building
I've
up.
got the fire.
All right. And Mandy P, what was I going to ask you? No, it's gone. Probably how was your holiday? How was the cruise? Yeah. Brilliant.
Yes.
You're a bit in and out, so I think what's happened, someone's stolen your Wi-Fi in your absence.
Yeah, probably. It's a bit dodgy this morning.
Yeah, you might need to reboot the old router. So other questions? Everyone, anyone got questions, concerns, anything they're not ready in some way and need something answered?
I'm never ready.
No, not all right. We'll be ready. All right.
Yeah.
If
We're
I
ready
work
together.
out and fasting and my eating with my
Oh, hold on a sec. I got two of you talking. We'll have a rep first and then we'll have Mandy. Okay, sorry, man.
If the supplements we find are not working and they're causing an IBS, are we going to need to stop them? I'm talking on behalf of my doctor said to me, already, if these don't work in the next 2 weeks, we need to stand a step back and you carry on with dieting. Because we don't know if my inulin one is going to work on me. So I actually took one this morning with my breakfast so that I can see what it's going to do through today.
Yeah, I think we've got to suck it and see. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this is what I was saying to Ros. As far as IBS goes, there is no better thing to do for your body than exactly this, right? Because it should be aligning and aligning your body, clearing everything out, and allowing your stomach to process its food, you know, and you're not putting processed stuff into your stomach. It should be, there shouldn't be any reason. However, with your condition, you know, it's always a question mark. And like anything, you know, it's about adaptation. If you feel that, look, the idea of the supplements is really to aid that reduction of toxins, right? It's to aid the processes in for your stomach and your digestive tract, and get your hormones aligned and balanced as well, because so much of it comes from there. So look, what can I tell you? You know, we in your case, you have to suck it and see. You have to try. You have to experiment, just like you did 10 weeks ago or whatever, whenever it was. And here you are 10 kilos lighter. So, you know, you've just got to, you've got to be like Ros and like you're doing and like you have been. All right. You stuck what's the expression? Your head above the parapet. You've taken a chance. You've just got to, like you have been, give it a go and hope for the best. And I think, yeah, it's amazing. So we just got to go with it. And if it's a problem, then we have a chat with Dr. Honeybun, and he'll advise you if he wants to advise you, and you can then make a decision what you do about it from there. All right.
Sorry,
right. So I've got
say something.
Yeah. What was that? Sorry.
Mandy was going to talk as
yes.
well.
Yeah. So I'm going to get Mandy, and then Jill wants to speak as well. So Mandy first.
Yeah. I was just wondering, you know, how I'm gonna like do my. I mean, going without food, that doesn't really bother me at work because it's all unhealthy and I don't want to eat it anyway. But obviously I don't get home till 4. So to have my meals, I don't want to be eating late at night. So what would be the best? Take some fruit to work and then have something probably about 5 or...
Yeah, so what... You know, if that's the case and you don't want to eat, so like, are you happy to end your fast at 5 o'clock? Sorry, to begin your fast.
Yeah, you see, I work 7:30 till 3:30, but then obviously I've got to get home and get my dinner and what have you. But from sort of 7:30 to 3:30, I mean, obviously that can be my fasting in the night as well. But it's when I actually start to eat and finish, you know, within the hours. I don't want to be sort of eating sort of late at night, do I?
No. So let me just. So if your fast ended at 6 and began at 6, so you had your last meal at say 5:30, right? We work backwards. Let me just ask you. So are you happy to have your meal at 5:30 and stop eating at 6 in the evening? Does that work for you?
Well, that would mean I'd have to eat at work, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think you'd always have to eat at work if you're starting at 7:30 and finishing at 3.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
But it's what I could. I don't get any breaks. Or I get an half an hour break, but that's at 10:30 till 11:15.
Right. So here's the question. Right.
Couldn't you take a couple of boiled eggs or something with you? You know, so at least you're starting.
I've got to go. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
Good luck with it. We'll speak to you over the next few days. All right. See you in the morning.
I have to take some fruit or something like that, and maybe eat, you know, it with my water.
Yeah.
Can I ask, normally before you go to work at 7:30, would you have breakfast?
No.
Okay, fine. So my suggestion is, right, if you're gonna end, and I'm gonna ask the same question, are you happy to start your fast at 6, or did you want to start your fast earlier? Forget about what goes before. Are you happy for the last thing you eat to be at 6 in the evening?
Yeah, I could do.
Or what would be your preference?
I don't know what that would mean. I mean, I'm not sort of bothered. I mean, if I have some fruit or whatever, and then I have my chicken with either vegetables or salad, that would probably do me.
But what time? That's what I'm asking. What's
Oh,
the latest time you
if
want
I
to have
could
your
have that, probably 5, 6, between 5 and 6, I'd probably be okay.
All
If I
right.
had my fruit earlier.
Okay, so if 6 o'clock is when you'll start your fast, what that means is 10 o'clock is when you should end your fast, all right? So if you're having a break at work at what time?
About 10:30, 10:45.
So what I would do, and you tell me if this will work. What I would do is I'd take a chicken breast and a bit of salad, put it in a lunchbox, and eat that and break my fast at 10:30, 11:45.
Right.
Would that work for you?
Yeah. Yeah. I can put it in the fridge at work.
Yeah. So that's 10:30. Then ideally you want to be having a bite of something when you finish work. So could you have some fruit, or maybe, dare I say it, like Sue said, a couple of boiled eggs, or a chicken leg, or chicken
Yeah.
breast or something. So
Yeah.
you could eat that as soon as you finish work, and then have your meal maybe at 6 o'clock. So your fast begins at 6:30, and then that gives you a 16-hour period between 6:30 and 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So you finished your dinner by 6:30. You have your break about 10:30, and you break your fast.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll
Would
write that
work?
down.
Sounds good.
So you take your tablets then. So you break your fast in your first break. You'd have,
So I'll take a pill with me to take with my breakfast.
yeah, and you'd want to take one for your way. Do you drive home?
If my husband picks me up, yeah. Sometimes I have to get the bus. It just depends on what shift he's on.
Well, either way, when you finish
Obviously,
work,
I'm going to make it later if I have to catch the bus, because it depends how they run.
yeah, I think the important thing is as soon as you finish work, you've now got to get into the habit of, as soon as you finish work, taking your next psyllium husk with some food. So
Yeah.
at 3:30, what time do you say you finish? 3 or 3:30?
3:30.
3:30. So at 3:30, first thing you do is you pull out your other chicken breast or eggs or whatever, and you eat them with your psyllium husk. And then at 6 o'clock, you have your evening meal.
Okay, that's fine.
That'll work, yeah. And then at
Yeah,
6:30,
thank
you're done. I mean, you could finish eating at 7 in the evening if that's not too late, and then you break your fast at 11 the next morning, knowing that you've got a break about then. So,
Yeah.
so that way, if you're eating at 3:30, you'll then be hungry for your dinner at 6:30, versus eating something at 3:30 and then not feeling hungry at 6 o'clock. I mean, you don't have to. You need to eat something. I'm not saying you have to have 3 full meals, but you do need to feed yourself as well. You don't want to be starving.
No. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. I'll
Right.
make a note of that and keep to that. See how
Yeah.
it goes.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
thank
right.
you.
Sounds good. All right, Jill.
Yeah, just honestly, I promised 2 very quick questions.
Yeah, that's all right.
My supplements haven't arrived yet, so I'm presuming they're going to be a bit late because I was late joining.
Hold on, let me just see. Bear with us.
They might come tomorrow, you know.
When was it? It was between Christmas and New Year.
Christmas and New Year, yeah.
Yeah.
They might come tomorrow.
Let me I'll chase it up. But where are we now? The 1st. Yeah, you might not get them till tomorrow or the next day. But okay.
Right. No
All
worries.
right. So it's not the end of the world. You just, as soon as you get them, you just start taking them. Yeah.
my next question obviously is around the exercise, because as you know, I've got this tumour on my adrenaline gland,
Yes.
which is forcing my heart rate up and my blood pressure up. So I will do some exercise, and I'll try and do the exercises as prescribed, but I may have to split it into smaller sections.
Absolutely. And again, as ever, we just adapt and you work you. You know, because you can't, the idea is to make yourself more healthy, not less healthy. All right. So absolutely. And when, you know, there's also no harm in you joining us for sessions.
Yeah.
But again, you don't have to go all out, you know.
No.
You do the ones you can and so on. You know your body. But you know what we need to do, we do need to keep you moving, Jill.
I know.
Because we've got to keep you moving. But
helps with the toxins, but it's the hormone rebalancing that's going to be up the wall, because obviously this bloody thing on my adrenal gland. Your adrenal gland governs most of your hormone levels. So at the moment, I've got very high cortisol levels and very high adrenaline levels.
Yeah. And funnily enough, that's why we're taking things like caffeine out, because that in itself forces cortisol levels up. So I believe strongly there is no better thing to help you than what we're doing.
That's why I'm doing it.
It's
that
fantastic.
Exactly why I'm doing
supplements and everything. Talk about giving yourself the best chance. It's just it's exactly it. So I'll chase up the doodahs.
The supplements.
Supplements. All right, no worries.
And there may be a chance. There may be a chance that halfway through or something, I need to go into hospital for the operation. But obviously, I'll keep you updated on that.
Yeah. No worries. Okay, good. Anyone else got anything before we go? Jan, are you good with all this? I can't hear you at all. Oh, you're on mute.
Yeah,
Hello.
sorry, I muted it because the dog started barking.
All right.
Yeah,
how you feeling?
I still feel pretty rushed.
Bless you. Oh dear. Well, you know what? They can only get better. New year, new start. Bugger, kick 2023 up the arse.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Crappy year.
Right. I'm really glad you're with us on it. Look, here we go. Right, tomorrow morning. That when do everything without the supplements, Jill, and when they come, you just kick off with them.
Yeah.
Look, the idea of this group, the WhatsApp group, is to encourage each other. Everyone's doing a great job of that already. And if we're struggling, we have to speak out. If we're struggling, it's vital that we know that we're there for each other. Okay. And if it's really important that we know we're there for each other. And I know with the people in front of me here, and obviously Orette and Kath that has slipped off, and Raj that's watching this later on, I know we can't get more supportive people. So I just want you to be open, and if you feel you're drifting, to swim towards us and not swim away, because we are all here to keep each other on track, and you are here to keep me on track, and I am here to keep you on track, and you're all here to keep each other on track. That's how it's going to work, and that's
a nice merry-go-round, isn't it?
Right, merry-go-round.
Yeah.
This is why I'm doing it as well, because I need to feel exactly what you're going through, and I need to know, and that's it. So I am going through the same as you over the next 21 days, and we are going to feel great at the end of it. All right?
I'm going to carry a toilet round with me.
To be honest, that is where I do have the advantage on all of you girls.
Yeah.
Get a she-wig.
Any bush.
I was thinking about it. Don't worry, I saw that online.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to go.
Right, me too. Take care.
Bye.
Good luck.
Bye.
See you in the morning.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
No, I won't see you till Wednesday, me.
All right. Good luck tomorrow.
Bye.
Good luck.
Bye.